welcome back to another episode of the Console Gaffer Dagenham Redbridge save. So we are into the 8th of February 2030 Championship season. When I last left you we drew 1-1 with Sheffield United at home in the first game of the season again in the Championship. So now we're in February and we have played a number of games, and we'll go through the calendar. We'll go through the calendar quickly and show you where we are, what we've been up to and how we've got on so far this season. So Sheffield United, first game of the season, was a 1-1 draw. Rocco Vata and Camel scored in the 79th minute to give us a draw the opening day of the season. Then Carabao Cup first round was a 3-3 draw and we managed to get through on penalty kicks. So we'll take that, trying to get a wee cup run going. Then second game of the season we played Peterborough at home and it was a fantastic 3-2 victory. Johnny Kenny scoring his first goal, Andre Oliveira and Barim Balde scoring as well to give us a 3-2 victory over Peterborough in front of a 6,078 capacity crowd. We then went away to QPR and it was a 1-1 draw. Again, Johnny Kenny doing the business for us. But then we went away from home to Blackburn Rovers and it was a very, very good win. Johnny Kenny scoring twice, Balde and Caves-Ass with the goal. And Balde and Bernardo showing his class with another assist as well. And it was off the back of a Blackburn attack. Samuel played the ball long, Balde, fantastic control, gave it to Caves-Ass, inside to Bernardo, beautiful ball through, and Johnny Kenny with a clinical finish into the back of the net, and that was 1-0. Asawi pinged a lovely ball again out wide to Balde, cut on the side, and it was a beautiful little finish into the back of the net, 2-0. And then it was 3-0 into the second half. Balde, beautiful pass through to Caves-Ass and another stunning finish by the Argentinian. And that was 3 and that was game over at that point. Palace wins the ball, gives it to Caves-Ass. Lovely dink forward, Kenny using that pace and a composed finish by the Republic of Ireland international. And at that point, Paulo Bernardo went down injured and he was out for 4 to 6 weeks, which was a poorly we lost him, but 4-0 win was excellent. So then we were at home to Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup and it was a 3-3 draw in normal time, but then we knocked the Premier League club out on penalty kicks to get into the next round. Great effort for the boys. We were 2-0 down but came back. Palace, Santiago and Costa, and then we won on penalty kicks to get to the next round of the Carabao Cup. We then played away from home at Luton, which was another 3-2 victory. We were 2-0 up, cruising, and then it went back to 2-2. Then Rocco Vata scored in the 78th minute to give us the 3-2 victory over Luton. Palace missed a penalty in that game as well. Wasn't the best games, but we managed to win. Then we got a favourable draw in the Carabao Cup against Crewe, but again it was penalties that we squeaked through on against Crewe, so that put us into the next round of the Carabao Cup there, but then was our first league defeat of the season against Leeds United. Johnny Kenny scored late on, but it was a comfortable win for Leeds. They were by far the better team, dominated us from the start to finish, and laid a marker down for the season. But we bounced back the week after with a Santiago goal to give us a 1-0 win against Middlesbrough. Again, sell-out crowd. Then we're away from home to Hull, which was a 0-0 draw. Tough away place to go. We took the 0-0 and we moved on. We then home to Birmingham, which we won by 1-0. Israd Ali with the goal. Then into October we played Stoke. First game, 30th of October, which was a 3-2 victory over Stoke. Santiago, Palace and Pedro Costa scoring in stoppage time to give us the 3-2 victory at home to Stoke. We then played Wrexham, which was a 1-1 draw. Paulo Bernardo coming back at the side after his injuries, scoring the goal, but it was an equaliser in the 79th minute that denied us all 3 points there. We then went away from home to Cardiff, and it was a 1-0 win. Johnny Kenny, Abramescu with the assist to give us a win. Lovely little finish, good football. Abramescu and Johnny Kenny linking it well with a great goal, great striker's goal. We then played West Brom, which was a 2-2 draw. Again, going 2-0 down in the first half, but fought back with Santiago and Paulo Bernardo, which I'll show you at the end what a signing he's been for us. Goals and assists for a free transfer. Phenomenal. Then we played Watford at home, and it was another late goal from Johnny Kenny to give us the 3 points. Avramescu again with the assist. McKenty picked it up, gives it to Avramescu, lovely little dink over the top, and Kenny, great first touch, and that is top class goal scoring from Johnny Kenny. A goal fit to win any game. We then got another favourable draw in the Carabao Cup. 4th round, Mansfield, but again it was penalties. We went a goal down, went 2-1 up, but conceded in the 85th minute, but we scored all of our penalties. Gareth Griffin missed his penalty and we went through again. So what a cup run into the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup. We then played Charlton Athletic at home and we had a good win by 2-1, having to come back from a goal down. Avramescu and Johnny Kenny again showing how good striker I thought he was going to be in this championship, and he turned out to be a very good deal for us so far. He's scoring goals at this level, which is great. We then played Oxford United, the newly promoted Oxford United, alongside us, and we're away from home, and it was a relatively comfortable 3-0 win, or 3-1 win. Brannigan scored a penalty in the 66th minute, but by that time the damage was done. We were 3-0 up. Bernardo, Santiago and Denner adding the third in the 64th minute. Paulo Bernardo doing the business again. Then our second away game in a row, Bristol City, a 1-1 draw. Palace scored, but Cabango scored the equaliser to give it a 1-1 draw. We were then at home to a sell-out stadium again against Southampton, and it was a phenomenal performance by the boys. We really played well. Johnny Kenny scoring and Paulo Bernardo with a hat-trick, and we got the win. Good ball down the line. Baldy checks back, gives it across to Bernardo, dinks it in, and there's Johnny Kenny to tuck the ball away early doors to give us the lead. So again, Baldy doing the business down the left, down the right, gave it to Bernardo. He comes inside and it's a lovely finish past Stevens and goals. That was 2-0. McEntee out wide to Baldy. Baldy brought it in, gave it to Bernardo. Lovely play again, and that was a cultured finish by Paulo Bernardo. For me, player of the season so far in the Championship up to this point. And that was 3-0, but then Chris Garton got one back for Southampton in the second half, midway through the second half, to make it 3-1, but it didn't stop there. Paulo Bernardo would not be denied his hat-trick. And then Tevata into Santiago, lovely ball again to Baldy. Baldy played it in, and Bernardo via deflection into the back of the net, and that was 4-1. Excellent. It took us into December pretty well. We had a packed month there in December, along with a Newcastle Carabao Cup quarter-final match. So the Fulham game was a 1-1 draw. Johnny Kenny rescuing the point in the 81st minute. We then went away from home to Sheffield Wednesday. It was a non-event for us. It was a simple 2-0 victory for Sheffield Wednesday. In front of 309 travelling fans. Poor performance, poor result, just a poor day all round. But we got back to winning ways at home to Burnley. Mariano Santiago with a double, doing the business for us at home to Burnley. Then another huge victory for us, away from home this time, against Nottingham Forest, where Paulo Bernardo scored twice, Santiago scored an own goal. To win us the game, Paulo Bernardo in the 94th minute. 469 fans were there to witness a historic 2-1 victory away from home to Nottingham Forest. But then it was a Carabao Cup game, and really it was pretty easy for Newcastle in the end. Schlotterbeck, Manzambi and Walter Mag scored to make it 3-0. Johnny Kenny got one back just before half time, but then it was 4, and then Schlotterbeck scored an own goal, kind of make it a wee bit more respectful, but we didn't play well, really. It's Newcastle. Very good team, Newcastle, so we were out at the quarter-final stage, but I'm quite happy. We got a little cup run, so I'll take that cup run. Hopefully it's the first of many to come. But then after that game on the Wednesday, tough game to play against Newcastle, we followed it up with an away point at Wolves. Paulo Bernardo again, scoring just after half time, and we've seen it through for an important point on the road. We then played Sheffield Wednesday in the reverse fixture, which we lost early in the season by 2-0. We won this one by 1-0. Liam Morrison with a great strike in the 34th minute to give us the win, and we held on for all 3 points. As you can see, solid defensive performance, and Paulo Bernardo again assist and really playing well. And then the last game in December, January the 29th of December, was a 2-0 victory against Hull. Paulo Bernardo again and an own goal to see us through to finish out the new year in fantastic style. But we came crashing back down to earth in spectacular fashion after losing 5-3 on the 1st of January to Birmingham City. They really absolutely battered us. As you can see, we scored all our goals late on. The game was done. They were 4-0 up against us. Then Santiago scored, then Chambers scored, but Sims made it 5. But then Johnny Kenny scored in the 95th minute to kind of make it respectable, but we were awful in that game. Really, really awful. We then followed it up with a win, a must needed win at home to Cardiff by 4-2, a hat-trick from Johnny Kenny. And Mariano Santiago with the other goal. Santiago getting assists galore in that game, but a 4-2 win against Cardiff. Brilliant performance. But then, FA Cup third round against Leeds, we lost easily to Leeds United by 3-0 away from home. Very good performance from Leeds. We just couldn't get near them in the game. We tried, but we just couldn't get near them. But back to Championship football, and we beat Stoke by 3-0. Johnny Kenny with 2, and Jaron Franco Kebsas with the other to give us a comfortable 3-0 victory. Again, for the cheering 318 away supporters in the crowd. So that takes us to the end of January, where we played West Brom at home, and it was a 0-0 draw. Nothing special, just a hard fought point. Both teams, as you can see, previous meetings with West Brom, a 2-2 draw early in the season, and then a 0-0, so both games are draw. But an important win in February, away from home to Watford, Innes Ivramescu in the 69th minute with a 1-0 victory. And this time we had 771 away fans in the stadium. A fantastic performance, defensive performance, and it was Ivramescu with the goal, as Bally has been injured for a few weeks. So Ivramescu has come back in at right midfield, and he has been really quite good again since we got him on loan again from Parma. So got the goal, but then top of the table clash against Leeds United. They beat us comfortably twice this season, in the FA Cup and in the league, 3-1 and 3-0, but at home, in front of our sellout crowd, we managed a 3-0 victory against them, with Johnny Kenny scoring a hat-trick. Ali played the ball down the line to Rocco Vata. He beat his man, got to the byline, lovely ball across, and Johnny Kenny with a lovely finish in the middle of the box, where he should be, but the skill from Rocco Vata out wide, excellent. And then into the second half, Leeds put a bit of pressure on us. Again, held firm, patient, build up, beating the press. Santiago, lovely ball to Kenny, gave the ball to Costa. Ivramescu, lovely ball again to Kenny, loves to play on that shoulder, and that was an unbelievable finish again from Johnny Kenny. Really top class. McKenty, Ivramescu again. Kenny, back to Costa, back to Ivramescu, and he again picked out the run from Kenny. Composure again to past the goalkeeper, and that was a hat-trick for Johnny Kenny. 3-0. So with all that excitement, all the backlog of games we've just covered there, that took us to, as you can see, unbelievably, we are top of the championship after 31 games. 15 games left to go as it stands right now, and we are 6 points clear of Leeds. Absolutely tremendous, and 8 points clear of West Brom, who are in third, more importantly. So we've just got to try and keep that buffer with third, because I'd take first or second at this point. To be honest with you, I'll retain avoiding relegation this season, but some of the signs we've made have been tremendous and have really taken to this league absolutely fantastically well. So out of 31 games, we've won 19, we've drawn 9, and we've lost 3. Leeds, Sheffield Wednesday and Birmingham. We've scored 56, we've conceded 30, so we've got an overall goal difference of 26, so we're joined with West Brom at the moment. But what a performance so far this season. We've got most goals, Johnny Kenny with 20. The assists, if we go at the assists, because Paulo Bernardo's got most man of the match, he's with 6. Pass completion, Samuel, and defensively, most goals, obviously Johnny Kenny, like we said. So it's awesome, really has been awesome. So if we go to, so that's appearances, we go to attacking, and we go to goals, Johnny Carey on 20 so far from 30. Minutes per goal, 135. Great. Really, really good. Paulo Bernardo, for a central midfield player, has got 10 goals this season in 27 appearances. Santiago has got 9. If we go further down the list, yeah, that's really us. Then if we go to general, can we get the assists in there? Where is the assists? Nope, that must be attacking maybe again. Goal, expected goals, penalties, assists, there we are. So, Paulo Bernardo has got 10 assists as well. 10 goals and 10 assists for Paulo Bernardo. Santiago's in there with 7 assists. And Barima Balde has got 7 assists again. So, really fantastic performance so far this season from the team. And if we go to the squad, where we are, we've had a few injuries, so Guilherme Santos has not really played much this season, but when he has played he's done okay, but he's been injured quite a bit, so he's been out injured with a calf strain since really the 1st of February. He's out for 4 weeks or between 4 weeks and 2 months, so he's not going to be back anytime soon. We've had the Barima Balde, he's been out injured with a collarbone fracture, and he's been out since the 8th of January. He's missed a lot of football, and he's still got 9 days to 3 weeks before he comes back. He's been a really good player for us, the man on loan from Sporting Club. But if we go into the team, Max Thompson, very, very good goalkeeper for us. We signed from Chesterfield. He's been very, very good this season. Signed him on a new deal as well. Winners Asawi, who we signed as a defensive midfield player, from Red Bull Leipzig. We tried to get him on freedom of contract, but he turned us down, and he's going to join Borussia Mönchengladbach at the end of the season. We just couldn't compete with the wages. It was as simple as that. We just could not compete with his wages. But if you look at his form's been great. 6'2", like I said at the start of the season when we signed him on loan. Physicals are great, mentals are great, and technicals are great. 23 years old, really good age, but we just couldn't cope with what Borussia were going to give him. Yeah, but we did offer him a contract, but he is not going to be coming with us next season. Main man for me this season, signed on a free transfer after leaving Celtic. 27 games he's played, 10 goals, 10 assists, 6 player of the matches. In all competitions he has 12 goals and 10 assists for a free transfer. Absolutely phenomenal. 28 years old. Peak. He's at the peak of his powers, and he's just got a new trait as well this season. Looks for a pass rather than attempting to score, which has obviously helped his assists. If he can pass the ball, which his passing's 14, decision making's 13, with his vision at 13 as well. If you can get Paulo Bernardo for a decent price, and you can play him in a position and in a team that suits him, because at the moment we are playing him as an attacking midfielder with a goal threat, find space between the lines in this system, and then a wide centre midfielder out of possession, wide covering midfielder out of possession. He's just been phenomenal. So that's in possession, attacking midfielder, find space between the lines with a goal threat, and out of possession, wide covering midfielder. He's been phenomenal signing for me, for free. Now we pushed the boat out to get him to £13,000 a week, but for a free transfer he's got a clause in his contract that if somebody wants to come in and buy him, they have to pay me 16.25 million, or if we get relegated, which hopefully is not going to happen this season at least, 9.75. We had to agree to that buyout clause. Great stats, and as you can see this season, an average rating of 7.9 in the Championship after 27 games. Can't argue with that at all. Can't argue with that at all. We then go to Mariano Santiago, 28 years old, player we signed again last year in League One. He's come to the fore again this season, and he's 9 goals, 7 assists, 3 player of the matches. Signed him for free last season, and he was good last season, but he only scored a couple of goals in January and a couple of assists. This season in the Championship he's got better. Argentinian, again, good age, good play, most places in the centre in midfield area, good enough stats, and he's flying this season. Misrad Ali as well, there was a few interested parties in him in January. He is performing better and better each week. He's only 23 years old. Everton were sniffing about him, but he's got a new contract and he's quite happy here until 2023. Rocco Vata has been okay. He's been alright, not top drawer, but he's been alright. He's got 2 goals, 6 assists, 2 goals and 2 goals and 9 assists in all competition, but in the league, 2 goals and 6 assists in 30 games. He's done alright, like I say. He does a job for us, but I think if we're going to make a step up to the Premier League in the near future, we might need improvement on the flank. And then the main man, top goal scorer of the Championship so far this season, Johnny Kenny. Now I liked his attributes when I signed him. We managed to get him for a measly £23,000. And he's repaid that and more already. 20 goals and 2 assists in 30 appearances for Dagenham Redbridge. He's got good physicals, he's quite quick, he's 6'2". His technique is 12, it's okay. First touch is 12, it's okay. His finishing's 13, his composure's 12. Good work rate, good teamwork, decent off the ball, as you've seen with some of his goals and highlights. He's off the ball. If you find him, he'll go, he'll get in behind, and that is where we're playing him this season. We're playing him in possession, a centre forward, goal threat, classic number 9, lead the line and spearhead attacking moves, and out of possession we're playing him as a central outlet, so he stays high for counter attacks. He's got that wee bit of pace in behind. Who else was I going to show you? So Pedro Costa, who we got on loan from Manchester United, the central midfield player, done pretty well, more so in the Carabao Cup. He's got better ratings, but he's been injured for a bit as well, so he's started 7 and he's come off the bench 18 times. Good stats, but with Paulo Bernardo and Santiago, they've been excellent. He's not really been able to get in the team week in and week out. And the only other one I was going to possibly show you, no, 2, sorry, Barima Balde, on loan from Sporting. Acceleration 16, pace 13, stamina, strength is actually going down since he's been injured. Technique's good, he's got good dribbling and crossing, good first touch, determination and flair's excellent. So one for the future, maybe even look to get him back next season depending on what Sporting do with him. But he's been good, 7 assists in the league, 2 goals in 25 games. Good player, good young player. But the other one I was going to show you was a regen from our own academy. Manasseh Kalala, 17 years old. I've gave him a couple of games, gave him starting FA Cup, and he's just came into the team. He's playing a game in the Championship. He's 17, he's already worth 8.4 million according to this. Winger, left winger, technique's already at 13, passing at 13, first touch and all that is going up, needs to improve, dribbling's at 14. So this lad could be good. Good pace, good natural fitness. So we're keeping an eye on him. We've got him in the first team and we're going to give him a few games between now and the end of the season as well, just to see how he gets on. Could improve a lot. and we're going to give them every opportunity to do that. You can also play through the middle, which maybe his pace might suit as well, but 17 years old, keeping an eye on him, no bad right foot as well, and his trait so far is gets into the opposition area, which is also always a good trait to have as a winger. So yes, that takes us up to where we are at the moment on the 8th of February. Good update there, and like I said, we are top of the table with 6 points. We currently, in terms of budget wise, we are in a minus nearly £2 million in the red. So I think we need to make sure we do get promotion, or we could be in a bit of bother this season, because I can see us being maybe closer to 3, maybe 4 million in the red come the end of the season with the wages that we're spending. Each month we're spending £217,000 of a £220,000 budget. We've just not got that capability to do that, as we've only, as you can see with our stadium, we've only got where is the stadium part? Club budget, club overview. We've only got 6,000 and odd that we can actually get into the stadium, so very difficult to really, unless we start getting the stadium rather made bigger, or a new stadium. That's something we need to try and see, but hopefully we can continue where we are and push into the Premier League. But a lot of big games coming, a lot of really big games coming up soon. Again, next game is away to Wrexham. So yeah, we've got 15 games left to go. We're currently 6 points clear of Leeds at the top, and we're 8 points clear of third place. So first or second would do me at this point. But as I've said, long way to go. So what we'll do, we'll come back in the next episode. We will look to see where we are, possibly rather win the league, or win promotion, or even confirm playoff places if we fall quite far back down. So we'll come back into that and we'll see where we are at the end of the season, if we can win the championship or finish second, but at the very least I would hope that we could get promotion. So as always, thanks for watching, and come on the Daggers.